Hello friends, welcome to our MS class. So I want to share some screen screen. Okay, so previous class we discussed about what is management and then what is meant by organization, types of organization, and then already we discussed 4 departments of the organization, right? So organization means a group of people gathering in place and doing some activities. Based upon their activities, they will get some earnings. Based upon their earnings, they will get satisfy their own needs and wants. That particular place is called as organization. So here we have 2 types of organizations. First one, types of service organization. Second one is manufacturing organization. So service organization provides services to the customers and get the money. Manufacturing organization deals with the collecting raw materials and convert raw materials into finished goods and create awareness about our product in the mind of the customers and sell the products. These activities are performed by the manufacturing organization. So coming to departments, already we discussed in the earlier class. So we have the 4 major departments in each and every organization. Either it may be service or it may be manufacturing. So here, first one is financial department. It deals totally financial needs of the company. How much amount we need, how to allocate the money, and how to report the transactions, etc. And coming to the HR department, it totally deals about employees planning. How many employees we need, how to recruit them and select them, how to train them, and how to check the performance on each every employee, and finally solve the disputes between the employees and motivate the employees. These are the few activities are performed by the HR department. Already we discussed it. And next thing, marketing department. How to satisfy the customers and how to maximize the sales. And finally, production department deals with collect the raw materials and convert raw materials into finished goods and make a design of a product. These are the production department activities. Already we showed. So now this session totally deals about evolution of management. Evolution means history, how to develop the management concept, the management thoughts, how to develop. So in the first earliest starting days, so pre-scientific management period and classical theory period, neoclassical theory period, modern theory period. So in the pre-scientific management period, in the totally golden days, the great personalities are developed few concepts in the management. So that is here Roman Catholic Church and military organizations and rights like chairs and Babbage's, James Watt, etc. These churches and military organizations morely used this management concept. After some time, the classical theory was developed. So here, the scientific management, F.W. Taylor, and administrative or modern management theory, bureaucratic theory, came. After completion of few years or few centuries, neoclassical theory, through experiments. These 2 came here. And finally, present and nowadays, modern theory or systematic contingency approach is there. System approach and contingency approach. So at present, coming to these 2 things, principles of scientific management and modern management, Henry Fayol. These two are drawn from classical theories, scientific management or administrative management theory or modern management theory. These two topics are discussed here, right? So in this evaluation of management thought, these are the history, first generation, second and third generation, and fourth generation. These are the generations. But all of these things, these two are means scientific management and administrative management are the important things. So these two are the very important topics in our MS first unit. Okay. So scientific management and second one is administrative management. So coming to the next slide, scientific management. This and these two things. After completion of this thing, principles of modern management. Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol 14 principles. So here we have the 14 principles. So these two are drawn from the scientific management, evaluation of management. Okay. So coming to scientific management. So in this session, we need to discuss these two things. Scientific management principles given by the W. Taylor, and then Henry Fayol 14 principles. This is called as modern management or administrative management principles. Okay. So these two we need to discuss here, right? So here, this is scientific management given by the F.W. Taylor. So he is the person, F.W. Taylor, the theory of scientific management. The Taylor's theory scientific management aimed at improving economic efficiency. So please remember this thing. This theory is purely based upon the economic efficiency, improving economic efficiency, and also especially labor productivity. Labor productivity. So productivity means here produce more with minimum cost. Produce more with the minimum cost is called as productivity. So here labor productivity. Labor productivity means by using limited resources, limited labor, and produce more. So by using labor input, low labor input, and produce more productivity, that is called as low labor productivity. So for these two things, this theory was developed. So it was developed by Frederick Taylor, F.W. Taylor, Frederick William Taylor. Okay. So next, coming to next slide. So he has given some principles for development of the business. So here, look at this thing. We want to develop our organization. Just we need to follow some rules and regulations, specific rules and regulations. So based upon these rules and regulations, the company will turn to losses to profits, will turn to down to top. These are the few things. So he has given some rules and regulations. So these are replacing rules of thumb with science. So here, this first point, here also replace the rule of thumb by scientific method. This means, so divide the work with the work holder, job holder. So here he clearly mentioned that the total work is divided into two parts. First part is planning part and doing part. So separation of work from work person. So planning section is divided into doing section. So planning section is separate and doing section is separate. So planning in charge is there. So planning in charge will plan for production, and planning in charge will plan for how much cost is there. planning in charge will plan for how much time we need to manufacturing. So based upon these plans, these time, these cost, the doing section will do. The doing section will do. So doing section, what they do exactly which is planning department given. So the doing department, the following the rules and regulations given by the planning section. So here planning section and doing section, we need to divide. We need to divide here. That is called as replace the rule of thumb. So replace means here dividing the two functionalities, planning functionality and doing activities, doing functionalities. So planning in charge is there and his subordinates. So planning in section will plan how many products produced, how much cost to produce, how much time to take the production. These three things planned by this planning in charge. So doing in charge is here. So he is doing same as it is which is given by the planning in charge. He doing that thing only. So that is called as replace the rule of thumb. Replace the rule of thumb. Next, coming to the obtaining harmony in group of actions. So already look at here harmony group of actions. Here harmony means a good relationship, a good positive relationship between the group of actions. Here group of actions means financial department and it related actions, marketing departments, it related actions, production department and its related activities, and finally HR department and its related activities. So finance, HR, marketing, production, these are the groups. So here the harmony means here the harmony in the group of actions means these are the groups. So groups between harmony, these between harmony between these all groups. So simply a good relationship, a good agreement or good positive attitude between these all groups, that is called as harmony. A positive good relationship maintained within the organization, a positive relationship maintained within the departments of the company, that is called as harmony in group of actions. So simply coordination, cooperation with each other. Simply this is the another rule, another principle. If this principle followed by the company, then the company will grow up, right? So next coming to the same thing, cooperation in human beings rather than chaotic individualism and cooperation. So here we need to focus upon cooperating with each other, with each employees, between the employees. So not focusing upon individualism, self, ego, not focusing upon the ego or individualism, but focusing upon the cooperation between the employees. That is called as here cooperation of human beings. Next, working for maximum output. So each and every employee has to plan and has to do about achieving towards achieving the goal. So here achieving the goal or achieving the targets or achieving the maximum output, these are the major targets of the company. Okay, so here each and every employee, including top level to least to lower level, all employees gather together, sit together and plan for achieving more and plan for maximize their output. Output means here in the form of sales or in the form of profits maximization or in the form of their performance improvement or in the form of company development or in the form of anything. So here maximum output, the maximum output is the major target of each and every employee. They should feel like that. And finally, next point is developing all workers to the fullest extent possible of their own and their company's highest prosperity. So here, fullest extent possibility of their own and company highest prosperity. So employees and the company should show the prosperity, right? Next, coming to another principle, selecting, training, and teaching the development of the workman. So here we need to give the training. We need to give the training to the each and every workers and employees. Then only the workers will give the excellent performance to us. The excellent performance will leads to development of the organization. Development of the organization. So the FW Taylor will give another principle is that selecting a suitable candidate and give excellent training to the suitable candidates by teaching and develop to the workman. Workman means employees or workers, whatever it is. So select the suitable candidate, train them, teach them, develop them for better results of the company. This is the another principles given by the FW Taylor. Now next, coming to the division of work and the giving the responsibility and feel the responsibility. So this is the another part, division of work. Suppose it is another principle given by the FW Taylor, which is the important thing, that is divide the total work, split the total work into some segments or some parts. So each part will assign to each employee, each employee. So then the employee will get some particular fixed task. Then the employee will focus upon that particular fixed task and he will give 100% performance, his work performance. So each and every employee will also give the 100% results, will show the performances. Then automatically the company will grow. So finally, division of work means here, so total work divided into some parts and giving some fixed work to each and every worker. That is called as division of work. And each worker having some specific knowledge about that particular allotted fixed work, and he will give his 100% performance. Then the company will increase. So and also we have another part is division of work including authority and responsibility. So we should assign with the work that is authority and responsibility. The top level management not only assigning the work, but also they should give some authoritative powers and some authoritative powers to the workers. So higher authorities will give some work and some authorities to the employees. An employee should feel responsibility. Employee should feel the responsibility. Hierarchy will give the authority only, but employee should feel the responsibility. Employee should feel the responsibility. That is the point here. The division of work, divide the total work into small parts and giving every fixed work to the each employee with the authority. But the worker should feel the responsibility towards the work, towards the allotted work. That is called as division of work and responsibility, right? So it is another formula, another principles for development of the business. And next, coming to final, cooperation between the management and workers. Already here we have cooperation between the human beings. Here, cooperation between the management and workers. Cooperation between the management and the workers. So management, the top level, like owners, chairmen, board of directors, etc. And the workers. Workers means here lower level management. Workers, supervisors, line in charges, floor in charges. These are the lower level clerical staff. So here cooperation between the top and bottom. Cooperation between these two. Then only the company will grow up. The company will grow up. So these are the principles which is given by the FW Taylor. That is called as scientific management. Scientific management. Once again, I will repeat it. So first one, replacing rule of thumb. Replacing rule of thumb means divide the total work into two parts. First one is planning section and doing section. Planning section will plan for everything in the production. Doing section just doing what planning section gives them. So that is the major first principle. So totally work is divided into two parts: planning section, doing section. Planning section will plan for time, cost, how many products they need to produce. These are the planning section prepared these activities. Doing section just to do what planning section gives them, just to what the planning section gives them. So what time the planning section give, that time the doing section will accomplish that thing. What cost planning section will give, the doing section will do that same cost only. What rules and regulations, instructions given by the planning section, doing section exactly follow the rules and regulations and instructions given by the planning section. So these are the dividing planning and doing is called as replacement of rule of thumb. Please remember this thing. And second one is harmony in group of actions. Harmony means a good relationship and agreement between the group of actions. So group of actions means finance, HR, marketing, production. So these are the four departments. Group of actions, harmony between these two, and harmony between these two, harmony between these two. So finance and marketing, there must be a good relationship. And finance and HR, there must be a good relationship. Finance and marketing, production. So between these all departments must have the cooperation and coordination between these things. That is called as harmony in a group of actions. This is the second principle given by the F.W. Taylor. And third thing, cooperation of human beings. So cooperate with each other, employees within the same department. Next, coming to the everyone tries to achieve their targets, tries to achieving their targets. So here maximum output means the result, the targets, the objectives of the company, the maximum output, the maximum production. These are the targets, and every person's, every employees of the organization should feel responsible and should try to achieve these things. And finally, next thing is every employee should feel highest prosperity, right? And coming to next thing, select the suitable workers and give excellent training to the selected candidates, and give by teaching and develop them. So select the suitable candidate, giving excellent training to them, then automatically the company will grow. Company will grow. Next, coming to the division of work. The division of work means total work is divided into different small parts. Each small part and each small fixed work is assigned to each and every worker. That also giving assigning work with authorities, but employee should feel responsible towards that particular assigned work. That is called as division of work. And last one, cooperation between the management, top level management, and lower level management. So cooperation between these two persons. So this is all about scientific management principles. It is very, very important question. Please remember it. It is one of the classical theory, scientific management. Next, coming to a second thing in classical theory, administrative management theory. It is also known as modern management. It is also known as modern management theory, given by the Henry Fayol, right? Now coming to the Henry Fayol 14 principles. So here, must and should we need to focus upon. This topic is also very, very important. Please remember this thing. So Henry Fayol, he is the person. So Henry Fayol, 1841 to 1925. He is a general manager in general and industrial management principles and elements of the management. He wrote these books. How managers should accomplish their managerial duties. He wrote these books. He wrote how managers should accomplish their managerial duties. Next, he focused on management and functions of administration. He's totally focused on these two things. More respect for worker than the tailor. So he's give more preference and more respect to the workers than this person, means tailor. So coming to the next slide, these are the 14 principles. I will end up this session with the completion of these 14 principles. And next class, we will meet another topics, another important topics from first unit. Okay. So coming to this 14 principles, please remember this thing, 14 principles. In exam, once they will ask like this, explain the 14 principles of management. Just the question itself, 14 principles. So you should remember these 14 points. 14 points you should by heart. You should by heart, because it is a very, very important question, right? So now coming to one by one points. So first one is unity of direction, unity of command. These two things are similar to each other. So unity means, go to depth, uni, uni, uni. Uni means single. Uni means single. Unity means, so each and every employees and a group of people having same single thought, that is development of the company. That is called as unity. Unity here, right? So here, look at this thing. First principle given by the F.W. Taylor, that is unity of direction. Suppose, take the example of a company. A company has two two partners, A and B. These two are the company owners, partners. So these two persons come and sit together and plan for single directions for development of the company. So not he has developed some directions, he has some controlling activities, he has some rules and regulations given to the employees, he has given some rules and regulations to the employees, then the total company will be in the dilemma. So these two persons has to understand each other, and these two mixed and fix same set of rules and regulations and set of guidelines, set of directions. And these set of directions and set of guidelines, set of policies prepared by these two persons. Both are mixed and prepared these all things. Then only the company will develop. Otherwise, company will collapse. Okay. Let me explain in Telugu. ఇద్దరు డైరెక్టర్స్ ఉన్నారనుకో, లేకపోతే ఇద్దరు చైర్మన్స్ ఉన్నారనుకో, ఈయన చెప్పేది చేస్తే ఈయన కోపం, ఈ చైర్మన్ చెప్పింది చేస్తే ఈయన కోపం. ఇద్దరు కలిసి చేస్తే ఎంప్లాయీస్ కి ఏది చేయాలన్నది క్లారిటీ ఉండదు. అందుకని వీళ్ళిద్దరు కలిసి ఒక సెట్ ఆఫ్ రూల్స్ అండ్ రెగ్యులేషన్స్ దే షుడ్ ప్రిపేర్ అండ్ గివ్ the guidelines to the employees. Then only the company will develop. So these two both mixed and give set of rules and regulations and give to the employees, and employees should have the clarity and follow the same rules and regulations given by both of them, and then the company will achieve the targets, right? So that is called as unity of direction. And similar this thing, unity of command. Unity of command is also same thing, similar thing to this. So command means rules and regulations. Command means rules and regulations. So here also rules and regulations given by a single person, not by the both persons. So they are mixed, and they are both are mixed and prepare a common set of rules and regulations to all the employees. Then only the company will develop. Then only the company will develop. So unity of direction and unity of command. Both persons will come sit together and give the directions, and both comes together and prepare a common commands, common rules, common principles, common policies prepared, and then give to the employees. Then only the company will develop. And next, coming to the third principle, order. Order means customer orders, customer product orders. So take the customer orders and delivery the products in time, in time. So right time delivery. So order taking, right time delivery of products. Order taking, right time delivery of products. This is the major principle. Immediate delivery, order receiving, and immediately product delivery in time. That is the major principle which is given by the Henry Fayol. Next, coming to the subordination of individual interest to overall interest. So here, look at this carefully. Subordination means reduce ourselves, reduce myself, my interests, my perceptions, my attitudes, my beliefs, reduce my things, and give my preferences to a general overall interest. That is called as a subordination of individual interest to overall interest. So subordination means reduce individual interest. Our individual interest should be reduced and give preference to group of people, and give preference to group of people. Each and every employee should feel like this. Then the company will grow up. మనని మనం తగ్గించుకొని మనం కూడా గ్రూప్ లో అందరూ ఏదైతే అనుకుంటున్నారో ఆ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ కే మనం ఇంట్రెస్ట్ చూపించాలి, అప్పుడు కంపెనీ డెవలప్ అవుతుంది. సో దిస్ ఇస్ గివెన్ బై ద హెన్రీ ఫాయల్. సో రెడ్యూస్ అవర్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ and give more preference to the group interest, then the company will grow up. Every employee should feel like this. Every employee should feel like this. And next, coming to the fifth one, discipline. Already we know discipline, right? So each and every worker and each and every employee should have the discipline, should follow the discipline. And next, division of labor. Division of labor based on their specialization. So specialization or division of labor. Already I told you in the same principle in the previous FW Taylors. Here, division of work. Same here will appear. It will appear here. Division of labor. So here, division of labor or specialization. Divide the total work and allocate the fixed and specific work to specific employee. Then the employee will focus that particular allotted work. Then he will do some performance. He will give 100% performance to us. Then the company will grow up, right? So that is called as division of labor, division of work. And next, remuneration of the staff. So remuneration means salary or wage or compensation or money to the employees. So giving salaries to the employees, giving compensation to the workers, giving wages to the workers. So that remuneration, that salary should be equal to the work performance, the work level, work pressure. So employee having work pressure or work stress or work performance. So the remuneration must be equal. The remuneration must be equal. Suppose employee will perform the high level work, but the company will pay low level of salary. Then the employee will feel dissatisfaction, demotivation. If the employee will work equal to their returns, so employee effort and employee work performance, and he will gain the salary or compensation or wages or remuneration equal to their work performance, then the company will be safe. the employee will feel satisfactorily. Okay, so remuneration should be equal to his work performance. That is the another principle given by the Henry Foyle. Next, initiative. Initiative means take the first step. Take the first step. That is called as initiative. So each and every employee should feel initiatively that then the company will grow up. Next, coming to the centralization. This centralization is quite similar to these 2 points: unity of direction and unity of command. So these 2 points are similar to the centralization. So centralization means a center. So total rules and regulations and policies, directions came from this particular center only. So that is called as centralization. So centralization, unity of direction, unity of command, these 3 things are the same, right? Centralization, unity of direction and unity of command, these 3 things are the same. Next, coming to the authority with corresponding responsibility. Must and should be balance between the authority and responsibility. So we give work to the employees with the authority. Already I told you. So not the employee should feel responsible towards work. Just we give or we assign some work to the employee with authoritative powers, but the employee should feel responsible towards the work. So here on that particular point, authority and responsibility should match. Then only the company will develop. Authority undi kada ani responsibility ledanuko workers ki pani cheyaru. So we should assign the authority and we should have the employee should have the responsibility. So these 2 points should be matched. Then only the company will grow, right? It is developed by the Henry Foyle. Next, coming to the scholar chain. It is also known as line of authority. Line of authority. Here, we should focus upon the levels of management. It is just like levels of management. Top level management, middle level management, and lower level management. So here, manager, senior manager, junior manager, accountant, clerk. These are the few designations. Some example. So clerk should responsible towards accountant. Accountant should responsible towards junior manager. Junior manager should responsible towards senior manager. Senior manager should responsible towards department head. So these are the designations. So each and everything in formal way. Authorities come from top to bottom. Hierarchy, subordinate. Responsibilities means work reports, presentations, doubt clarifications, requests or come from authority. So authorities flows from top to bottom. Responsibilities flows from bottom to top. So that is line scholar chain. Next, equality. In every organization should maintain the equality between the employees, not focus upon the caste feelings, not focus upon the gender feelings, not focus upon the religion feelings, not focus upon the area feelings, not focus upon the branch feelings, etc. Just to we treat employees are all equal. That is called as equality or equity. Equity or equality, both are same. This is another principle. Next, coming to the 13th point, 13th principle, that is stability of tenure. Stability of tenure means providing job security to the workers. Not only job security, providing family security, providing health security, providing all other old age securities, health securities, education, provide education to their children. job security. These are the few examples of stability of tenure. So simply providing security to the workers in the form of job security, health security, family security, health. These are the few examples, right? That is called as stability of tenure. Give the securities to the workers, then the worker will feel safe, and then he will focus upon our work. Then the company will develop. And last one, e-spirit decrops. E-spirit decrops. It is simply known as team building, teamwork, teamwork. So finance, it is a team, HR team, marketing itself team, production itself team. So team spirit and a team competition between them. So that is team spirit or teamwork is called as e-spirit decrop. E-spirit decrop. These are the 14 principles given by the Henry Foyle. It is called as modern management principles or administrative management principles, right? So in the next class we will meet with the another topic in from first unit, important topics, leadership, right? Thank you for listening. Bye guys.